Today, Mukund has sent me 2 pictures for a free public assessment of his posture and his ergonomics. So together, we're gonna help him and advise him on how to improve because he feels neck pain, lower back pain, and knee pain. Welcome, I'm Olivier Girard, ergonomist, posture therapist, author of the Posture Manual, and creator of the Posture Academy. We're first going to focus on the picture where he's sitting. And the method is always the same. You take the body one floor after the other, starting in the feet. Why so? Because of posture rule number 3 that states that, the body is something that starts on the floor and tries to go against gravity. So you build it like you build a house, upwards. And the first striking thing is that, the feet seems to be pointing outwards quite a bit, and we're gonna see that more in the standing picture, but there's something there. What I suspect, it might not be just that, but what I suspect is that the knees are spread outwards, and you see the effect. As soon as I spread my knees outwards, I will slide in the chair, right? But not only will I do this, I will also contract the piriformis muscle, as you can feel for yourself if you put your fingers inside your buttock muscles. And the thing with contracting the piriformis muscle is that the sciatic nerve goes through the piriformis muscle. Therefore, when your piriformis muscle is contracted all day long, well, you compress the sciatic nerve all day long and you create sciatic pain. From what we can see, the sitting height is more or less okay. But it seems, that the thighs are descending, meaning lower than horizontal, meaning that the seat pan would be like my chair now, would be like this. Yeah? And that is probably consistent with the observation that the shoulder blades are against the backrest. To understand the 4 reasons why having the shoulder blades against the backrest is a bad idea, have a look at the short that I'm trying to link in this video, or that you can find in the description anyways. To cut a long story short, if the shoulder blades are against the backrest, I'll tend to slide. Plus, as you see, my line of sight is moving upwards, and therefore, to look at my screen, I need to do this. And we see that Mukund is trying to, compensate for that by pulling the head backwards. But this is totally unnatural and exhausting over the day because it tries to, recreate some balance without fixing the unbalance, say. So what should he do instead? Well, he should probably modify the tilt angle of the chair, meaning not lock it like this, but lock it like that, and make sure that only the lower back is against the chair. Why the lower back? Or actually the belt, the pelvis, because the pelvis is what will collapse first under the effect of gravity. So you're trying to hold the pelvis, and from here you see that your shoulder blades are free. In terms of desk height, we're happy with the setting, the position of the mouse, the position of the keyboard, but I do think that the screen is too high, and that we will have the confirmation in the standing posture. And you see what I was telling you? In the standing posture, clearly the feet are pointing outwards. When the feet are pointing outwards, again, you create that tension in the piriformis muscle, but you also load the knees and the meniscus in particular in an asymmetric fashion, which can, if not be the cause of, at least aggravate the knee pain that Mukund feels. So you see, we have here a typical example of what I call fake variation at a local level. Because yeah, I sit, I stand, I sit, I stand, congrats. But when you sit, because your knees are outwards, you compress the sciatic nerve and the piriformis, and when you stand, you do exactly the same. So actually, for the piriformis and the sciatic nerve, there's no real posture variation, there's just constant strain. The other thing with having the feet pointing outwards is that it will push your pelvis forward. So, he's trying to compensate for that, but we see a very rigid posture here like this, where the rest is well adjusted, the keyboard height is well adjusted, but this is extremely rigid and painful for actually my lower back and my neck. I do feel the effect already, and the external part of my knees are already not too happy right now. On that picture, we do observe that the screen is too high indeed. You know, the screen shouldn't be here. The screen should be in such a way that the top of the screen is under your line of sight, i.e. around 10 degrees below the horizontal line from your eyes. The reason for this is that when we sit or stand naturally, we should be slightly forward, and if I'm slightly forward, I have a line of sight which is 90 degrees from my torso, therefore slightly descending. Why should I be slightly forward? And that will be my final remark. Make the test with me. Stand like this and try very, very, very slowly to reach a virtual keyboard. And you feel there's a lot of strain in your lower back. Now let's stand like a monkey, slightly forward, meaning I push the pelvis backwards until I can cross my arms freely before my hip joints, and I try slowly to reach the same keyboard, same virtual keyboard. No pain. Yeah? This is painful because my arms are hanging behind me, so everything I do is far away, whilst when I'm here, everything is much closer, therefore much less effort for my body to reach anything that I will be doing. So, cut a long story short, Mukund, standing, feet parallel, and sitting, knees not spread outwards. Point number 2, correct the backrest angle so that you make the seat band more horizontal and stick only your pelvis against the backrest, keeping the shoulder free. Furthermore, you just remove 1 or 2 of the paper blocks that you have put under the screen so that the top of the screen ends slightly lower than your eyes, and you will probably feel already better. If not, once you have done these technical measures, you need to go down to organizational measures, which are about you taking breaks and things. And the third level will be focusing on your posture and exercises.